Hey there, welcome to a brand new episode of Muzikxpress. My name is Twan, and in this week's vlog you will see my interview with Orlando Voorn about his classic Flash, which came out under a project name Fix back in the year 1992. But before we start with the interview, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and very important, also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Alright, here it is, the story behind Flash by Fix, my interview with Orlando Voorn. Enjoy! Orlando Voorn is a DJ and producer who is active in the music scene for many years. He was born and raised in the Netherlands, but these days Orlando lives in the United States. During one of his recent visits to the Netherlands, I spoke to him about two of his biggest classics. In the first interview, Orlando did share the story behind the format track Solid Session. And in this week's vlog you will hear more about Flash, a track which he released back in the year 1992 under the project name Fix. We started this interview with discussing the early years of Orlando's career, so my first question to him was at what age he started with DJing.
DJing I was about 13. 12, 13 years. The first actual, it was really funny because I remember it was at Flora Palace. They had a scratch contest, and me and my friend that are actually sitting on the couch, Dave, we always used to cut and scratch and backspin, and I was going there as a visitor. I was 13, and they had a scratch contest with American Judge in there as well. It was pure American Judge, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. But I had no records with me and everything. So this guy Johnny Tiffany at the time, he was there. He said to me, hey Orlando, this is a contest here and I'm in it too. Do you want to borrow some records? You can go in and participate. And I said, oh, I can borrow your records. He said yeah. So he borrowed me his records. And I did the competition, and I won the competition with his records. And he was literally crying that he lent me the records. And but I was too young to enter on TV, so he got on TV eventually. I was just too young; they wouldn't let me allow to do it on TV. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I was out there with the DJ thing, but I was busy real early.
Yeah, well, that was a good start.
Yeah.
So I know you were just 18 years old when you won the Dutch DMC DJ Championships in 1986. Do you still remember something about that event?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Dutch event was great. I mean, it was. I was also always super secure about myself, like kind of cocky even a little bit. But it was a nice time. It was fresh. Everybody was in the club, and it was full house. And once I won the Dutch competition, then you get sent to the UK. And that was the first time I went there, and that was a phenomenal experience because it was the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah,
and it was full with people. It was literally all the way full. It was no place was not untaken. So it was when you DJ in front of a crowd like that, and you see them all standing up and cheering. It's like a wave going on. Mm-hmm. It is incredible.
Yeah, and especially because it's in the Royal Albert Hall. It's like a legendary venue.
Yes. It was a crazy experience, absolutely. And yeah, I don't think I ever have experienced anything like that after that, like in that form.
Yeah. Do you recall some of the tracks that you played there?
Oh yeah, I played Whistle, what is it?
Buggin'?
Just Buggin', Roxanne, Santé, that part of Meow 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 Meow. They never showed that, by the way, that part, but that was a part where we're only bugging, and they did meow 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 meow. We're only bugging, and the crowd went berserk.
Yeah.
They went nuts. And I had also disco in there, Sherelle, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Cameo, Warp, 9. It was a whole mixture of things.
Yeah, good memory. Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, how important have the 80s been for your musical career?
Oh, they've been the most important. I would never want to exchange my age with anybody. Yeah. I'm completely blessed to be born that age and to be experiencing all the waves of music till now. And now it's a mixture of from if you look back, it was always of course the bridge between bad and good music, but the bridge now is so big. I mean, there's so many bad music, but there's also so many good music. So now you have to really focus on what your preference is. Yeah. You have to really search and blink out what you don't want to listen to.
Yeah. So for this vlog, we're going to talk about a track that also has some 80s influences. The track Flash, which came out in 1992 under your alias Fix. I think DJ Fix was one of your first project names, right?
Yeah, actually it was my DJ name, DJ Fix.
Okay.
That's how I started out. It was a hip-hop thing. And later on I just changed to Fix because I sample. I'm basically I came out from the hip-hop world, the first thing, because that's what I did first before I did any techno. So, but in that world I was distracted by a lot of things. You had to deal with rappers. You had to also deal with the fact that you had egos to deal with, and then I wanted to really accomplish things. And once I saw it wasn't really working, I was like, I need to do something that I can do myself and push the thing through. So that's what I started to do.
Yeah. So Flash, can you tell something about the production process for the track?
It's based on a P-Funk sample. I used to buy loads of P-Funk because that is my inspiration, George Clinton. I even named my son Clinton.
Oh really? Huh.
Yeah. George Clinton is one of my biggest inspirations music-wise, and I bought a lot of tracks and a lot of albums. And there was a track called Hydraulic Pump. And if you slowly listen to it, then it's just it goes. And I thought, so you know what? Let me put that on 45. So I put it on 45, and it starts rocking. I'm like, I was like, okay, I'm sample this part here, and I sampled a couple of parts out of that, and then I started playing around it, just real playing with the Overheim. And with my little DX, just playing over it, making strings and make it all crazy at the end, strings and going all left field, and just rough, and I made it. I remember playing it for the same guy that introduced me to Feels Really Different. He said to me, I don't know what that is. And I looked him in the eye. I said, "Oh yeah, it's a shit." And year and a half later, it was in every DJ's case.
Yeah, because it got released via KMS, like the label of Kevin Saunderson.
Yeah, because I went to Detroit, went to work with Blake, and we did the Ghetto Brothers, and then I basically had those tracks already with me. I made them in Amsterdam. Fix Flash is made in Amsterdam, but also the complex tracks on Fragile. One and me made game one in my studio, and he asked me if he could put it out on Betterplex. So everything came all together. And Kevin was super cool. I gave him the 2 tracks, and he took him to the car, and he was driving. He said, "Wait here in the studio. I'm gonna drive in the car and we'll drive around." He went in the car, drive around. He came back and he said, "Yeah, Fix Flash, A side and B side Dope Computer." And now I'm going to take you to the bank and give you your money. And you know, it was super duper cool. I really took it in like a brother. I felt super duper home. Michael Banks is a golden guy. I have lived in Detroit for a year and a half. Yeah, I feel like it's almost my second home in a way, because I felt always being taken in like a brother.
Yeah.
I was never looking down at. They actually looked up to what I was doing, and it was always, really a good vibe.
Yeah, okay, good. So yeah, I think you and Kevin did remixes of each other's tracks, but I don't think there has ever been a collab between the two of you.
No, we talked about it. And we might even, even do it one day. But it's again, it's the thing. I think I have to be there to do it. I have to be present. They like to, nowadays everything goes over the internet, but it's really cool to have a vibe together.
Yeah.
Like we had back in the day when me and Juan Atkins would do stuff. We would be standing like, and back then he was still big, so his stomach was all shaking. Yeah, but we were vibing. Mm-hmm. And I think that misses a little bit nowadays with the internet. You can send parts and do stuff, which is good. But it's different. Yeah, it's different. I mean, I can do it good because I know how production works. So somebody that trusts me will send me the vocals and know it's going to be okay. But still, it's better to vibe with people and to do things.
Yeah, maybe one day would be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, DJ Minx also, she asked me to do the things. So there's a couple of people that asked me to do things, and Juan Atkins is also like that. He likes to just sit together. He don't like to swap files or any of that. Yeah. And at some point also, everybody's always busy with a schedule, so you have to, I also have a wife at home who wants attention, so I have a lot of things I have to take care of.
Yeah. So yeah, did the success of Flash open a lot of doors for you in the US?
Not in DJ sense or anything like that. But I mean, that record did a lot for me as far as recognition and people understand that I did that. A lot of people come. I now just signed a track with Cocoon Records, and they asked me to do to come on their compilation, which is a final compilation that they do every summer. They make one. It's a couple of artists on there. And they told me about tracks from Frequency that I didn't know I did, but new ones, and that they loved them so much, but they found out that it was me just now. Mm-hmm. So it's still happening to me, like the people are discovering what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So in a way that's good, but in a way it also set against me, mm-hmm. because a long time the track was just flowing around.
Yeah. But it's good that people still discover like your old stuff from back in the day.
Yeah, I'm like, there's still people that say, "Oh, did you make that format one?" And I'm like, "Oh God!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did that."
Yeah. So yeah, you're known as one of the first bridges between Detroit and Europe. You did collaborate with people such as Derek May, Juan Atkins, and Blake Baxter. In the year 2000, you even moved to the USA. Why did you decide to leave the Netherlands and move to the US?
Well, I left after I got divorced. Bad divorce, and that took a lot of energy out of me, and I had to start over in myself. And I decided to not do that over here, and I decided to go where musically was understood, because at that period nobody understood what Orlando Voorn was doing. It was a very trancey situation. There were a lot of trance guys coming up, and a lot of trance guys thanked me for the Solid Session record that I did for format, but I think that a lot of the productions that came out after that wave were for me not soulful. It was more like for me it irritates a lot. A lot of those trance things, I can't really. It's not my thing. I'm okay with that people are. You know, at this point in my life, I'm almost 55. I'm not no negative like everybody has a choice. Everybody has their taste.
Yeah.
And that's just not my real thing.
Yeah.
And so I had a studio and I didn't get along with the label at that time. We weren't not on the same page. So I had to reconstruct my thought and went to Detroit and got to Submerge with Michael Banks and started a label there, Igniter. And all the guys around me understood me, and I felt slowly my life came back in me.
But it was a good decision.
It was a good decision. Yeah, I needed it too, because there was a lot happened, and I had to go back and regroup on my own and calmly, and that was good. And then till 1.5 years later, I met my now wife, Emily, and I've been with her now 20 years almost.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you moved back to the Netherlands for a bit, but not.
Yeah. We actually tried it to be here, but it was just that I didn't even feel welcome in my own country. To be quite honest, when I came back, there was nobody that was like, "Oh, well, let's book them here." But everybody was always saying, "Yeah, you gotta come back to Netherlands because they will book you more, and but was not the case.
Yeah, but you're still in the US now. But do you still go to the Netherlands often?
Not often, if I can. If there's a gig, like now, I had a gig yesterday in OWA, in the Radion, and I'm doing a gig in UK. So that's the reason why I'm here. And once I'm here, I'll stay here for a little bit, visiting my family. My dad is still alive, so I'm visiting this week.
Yeah.
And my brother, of course, and then my son. My son's been also with me to Berghain.
Oh, that must have been cool.
Yeah, he loved it. He was ecstatic.
Does he like your music?
Yeah. He likes it.
Ah, good. So what does your studio look like these days? Do you mostly use software, or do you still use hardware in your productions?
I do everything in my MacBook. 2 speakers and a little keyboard, and I have everything that I need in there.
Yeah. So no more old school hardware.
No, and I'm like trillion times quicker.
Yeah.
When I used to have all this big stuff that eventually I had to sell because there was just a time in my life where things went downhill, and I had to just make choices like, do I want to make trance tracks, or do I want to do this or do that, or do I want to keep my marriage going? And I said, I have to just get rid of it. But I've learned a lot of things in my lifetime, so I know a lot. I have a lot of knowledge how to mix and how to do things. So a lot of people still say, "Hey, you sound analog and you do everything analog." Well, that's good.
That's a good compliment.
Yeah, that's good if you think that. But it comes all out of the box.
Yeah, okay.
And I love Ableton.
Okay, good. So at the previous interview, we already spoke about the stuff you're working on. Do you think you're more productive these days compared to, let's say, 10 years ago?
Absolutely. Yeah, because the routine that I'll force myself in, because it's also a thing that I need to do it. It's not like I want to sit there. It's just like a force that drives me to do it. That makes of course a routine, and a routine you can perfect things.
Yeah.
And slowly, and also listening to other things, other productions that are interesting for you to listen to. Oh, okay, it's just little tricks that you can do, and just understand. It's like painting. Mm-hmm. Music making is like painting. It's like it has to fit. Everything has to fit beautifully, but together it has to. But in any case, I always, it's always good for me to make a put a new canvas and paint something new.
Yeah. I like that you compare with painting. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, how much time a week do you spend on making music?
Well, in a productive week, I would say I would spend just as much time as somebody has a work week.
Yeah.
40 hours, 50 hours maybe. But there's also times that I'm just need to be away from it, just because I'm not feeling well or because I'm not inspired at the particular time. But that happens very rarely.
Okay, that's good.
Right, yeah.
So do you have any idea how many productions and remixes you made, like, over the years? No.
I have no idea.
I mean, if I check Discogs, it's like crazy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of... I have Bandcamp now too, which I do a lot on as well, on my Bandcamp. There's a lot of people come and follow me now. So it's... I do a lot. I lost count. And I don't really look at that either, but I think it's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, what kind of music do you listen to in your spare time?
I'm listening to rap sometimes, R&B, and
I would say 80s, maybe.
Maybe some 80s, yeah, but I also like the remix 80s. So I have a real good friend here that gives me all these acapellas, all the tracks and everything. So David Bowie, you name it, all the shit he sends to me, and I love to play around with it. I love to put my own thing on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, not listening too much to other things, to be quite honest. But also it's very distracting sometimes. And I just pick up what comes in my way. I'm not the train spotter anymore, like a lot of these kids. For nowadays, they know everything. They know even. I have a guy that I work with. His name is Slick Tim. He does bass for me. He's a musician. He's a good musician. He plays keyboard really well. He drums. He does everything. But he's really young. He's 24. This guy is an old soul. He knows more info than I do about certain older stuff. That I'd be like, oh, never heard of that. Just teaching me things.
Yeah.
Those persons are really valuable for me because it is great to learn something from a younger person as well, instead of vice versa. I need to respect to each other so big, and that's a good thing.
Well, thank you very much for your time and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Alright, that was it. This week's vlog, my interview with Orlando Voorn and the story behind Flash by Fix. Orlando, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and very important, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. And in case you missed it, I did another interview with Orlando. That one is available on my channel already. And in that interview, you will hear the story behind Solid Session, a track which Orlando did under a project named Format. Big classic, so make sure to check it out. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.